Man of many mistakes. I made them all so you don't have to, but you can if you want to. There's this certain lady that I watch her podcast. She's a lady of a certain age. And I'll tune in a couple of times a week, you know. She has some stuff to say. It's really interesting and it hits home to me. But there was this one day last week where she was late to coming on the show. And, you know, I automatically thought, well, damn, she's not going to be on today. So I went about my business, but I forgot to take off the stream. So my phone, I guess, was somewhere, and then I hear her come on, and I'm in another room, and she says, sorry, I'm late, folks, but I had to put on my face. So I heard it, and then I didn't hear it, but then there was still a small part of me that heard it and kind of like had this battle within myself of judging what she said or being curious about the root of what she said. And I really had some tug of war with myself on should I even dive into this putting on my face thing that she said. So, you know, I sat with it for a little bit, and I can't tell you what the right or wrong answer is to moving forward. But what I decided to do, I decided to sit with it and try to get the root of putting on my face. You know, and naturally, you know, I Googled it. I did a little research, and I noticed that in the description, the word mask came up. And amongst a bunch of other words, and I don't even think mask was the primary definition. It might have been the secondary. I'm not sure. But the word did come up. And then it made me think even more. So I kind of took my mind out of judgment now, and I put it into curiosity, because we're looking for solutions. And I hope that, like I said, it only takes one. So I hope that there's one person out there that kind of gets where I'm going. So anyway, you listen, and then you see these definitions, and now it's starting to make sense to me, like, oh, wow, putting on my face, mask. And then you go a little deeper. So the lady was actually saying that I couldn't come on the air, I couldn't broadcast until I put on my face, reason for being late. So it's almost like she's saying I couldn't walk out the house without my Bible, or I couldn't go to church without my Bible. That's how I parallel it. I couldn't make the money until I had my face on. Because if I would have came on without my face, you would have had to see the real me. And I guess deep down inside, I'm just not proud to present the real me to my audience. So then I was like, wow, now I'm having this whole tsunami going on within my spirit, trying to figure out the context of putting on my face. Remember now, that's what she said. Googled it. The word mask came up. And now I translate that into I can't leave the house without my Bible. I can't show you who I really am. You get where I'm going? So going deeper down the rabbit hole, I started to say, is this just a woman thing? Is it a female thing? Because I do remember when I was young, I used to hear that phrase a lot. Can't leave until I put my face on. Hold on, I'm putting on my face. Reason why, you know, ladies may take longer in the restroom or in the bathroom when getting ready. Reason why there may be a bigger section of cosmetics in the store as opposed for women as opposed to men. I can keep going. So this is what I want to ask I really, really want to ask, because I'm curious, and it's not a judgment. I want to know, when you say, I'm putting on my face, is it that your true self isn't good enough to present? Are you embarrassed? Are you feeling less than? Just curious. Now that was directed to the ladies. Nonetheless, on the other hand, I want to ask the men. For the last few years, I've noticed that men are taking a lot longer in the restroom, in the bathroom, when it comes to preparation, getting ready. And I'm very curious. This is just curiosity. I want to understand what that means when you have to do your hair. You have to dye your hair, right? In order to present a younger look. Okay. No judgment. You also have to put on more accessories now in order to present a certain body sculpture, a body weight, Okay. So I'm just saying to myself, curious, what is it that you are lacking? Is it self-esteem? Is it the competition between younger guys to look as young as them in order to get the young girl? Is it that if you don't dye your hair or put on the accessories, you won't feel worthy? So to kind of bring this home, what is your God? And who is your God? Now, everyone I just mentioned, there's a big percentage of people who fit in those categories of, I have to put my face on and I have to dye my hair, or I have to get my hair piece, I have to. When this all becomes natural, and then a person like me brings up the why, I'm kind of looked at crazy, right? Because why should I be asking a lady, what are you putting your face on? I should already know, right? And it shouldn't even be a question, nor should it be a conversation. But is this the same lady that I should believe when she says stuff to me? Is this the same lady I should love when she says she loves me? Because when she doesn't have the face on, I don't get that lady. I get the don't look at me because I don't have my face on. I get the avoidance. I get the mean face. So that means the face you put on becomes your God. You can't leave home without it. You can't live without it. You can't see me without it. I can't do without it. And the whole point to this spiel, people, is when you're making a material thing your God for vanity reasons, vain reasons. Now, mind you, if I need a prosthetic leg to look better, it's only because I need to be able to perform in society. I need to be able to keep up. I need to be able to use this option of technology in order to just be. Now, it's an option. It's a choice. I don't have to take the prosthetic. But the idea here is not for vain reasons. It's not because I'm going to be able to jump again and play basketball and run a mile. No, it's just to be. So the makeup, the hair dye, the extra accessories, if we took that all off the shelf tomorrow, what would we be? What would we be? Who will we be? If we took it all off the shelf. If we closed the jewelry stores for a week. If we closed the makeup stores for a week. if we had no access to putting on our face for a week, what would we become? Well, I'll tell you. You become who you are. And you remember I asked you a while ago, who are you? Yep. You'll find out if you just be. If you leave the vanity and if you leave the insecurities alone for a week, you'll discover who you are, because now you and I have to communicate a different way. You still have to look me in the eye without your face on. And that brings out the true you, the vulnerable you, the truth of you. There's nothing to hide here. Oh, your teeth are crooked? It's okay. I'm not looking for perfection. What is perfection? Perfection is the woods outside. And look how imperfect outside is. Look at the trees, how imperfect they are. None of them are straight. They all have a bend. They all have a curve. They're like locks. They go their own way. They're free. They're not fronting. They're not putting on for nobody. No, I'm green and I'm bent and my leaf is a little brown. That's who I am. That's perfect. So who are you? It's time for you to answer now. Man of many mistakes. I made them all so you don't have to, but you can if you want to. If you like the content and it's helping you out in your soul a little bit, subscribe. A lot more to come. Thank you.
Whoa.